Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notify bell next to it. And also leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It's a really free, easy way to support Going In Raw.
Yeah.
Because the more reviews, ratings, and comments we get, the higher up in the iTunes rankings we go. Discoverability and all that kind of stuff. Quick reminder, we also have channel memberships now available on YouTube if you enjoy the show live, or if you want to catch some Going In Raw bonus content, $5 a month right here on the YouTube. Hit that join button.
Yeah.
You get some badges, emotes, and like I said, access to all the bonus content that our patrons do over at patreon.com/Steven Larson. That's also a really great way to support Going In Raw. You get $5 a month. You get 5 bonus episodes per week, including the very popular Ask Steven Larson Friday or Saturday show.
Yes.
Where we strictly non-wrestling questions.
Yes.
Only questions not pertaining to the one thing that we're very well known for here on internet. So anyways, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, very exciting.
Let me shout out some new at the $1 and up mark on Patreon. You get shout outs while I load up the new patrons. I don't know if we have any new patrons over the last 24 hours.
Yeah,
sometimes we do. We have a new member. The other guy is a new member. It says here 1:59 in the morning. I don't know if he's Pacific time or not, but I think this is. So like 2 o'clock in the morning our time, he was like, oh yeah,
I'm going to join.
Need some of that bonus content. Let's see here. We got, what to say, Thursday?
Yeah.
Jeff Patterson might be new. Might have said that name yesterday.
I don't remember that name. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, nobody knew. That's okay. Doesn't have to be a thing every day.
No, definitely not.
So anyways, NXT.
Yeah.
205 Live.
Yeah.
And NXT UK. What was the deal with that barn they shot in?
That's where they had access.
That weird warehouse they were in.
It was in Brooklyn.
Was it Pier? It was Pierce. I thought it was Pier something.
It is Pier something.
Somebody I saw it on Twitter.
It is. That's where they had access in the matches there. Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter.
It looks like a huge warehouse. Is what it looks like.
the one reaction I saw, because I sort of did a little bit of looking up on that. A guy said, "Yeah, I remember just sitting there and looking around, looking at how cheap this place looked." Yeah, that's where they had access.
Yeah.
I thought didn't access used to be?
Well, the issue. Remember, it was that they booked Mania so late that by the time they booked it, every place they would normally have access was already booked.
Wasn't there a time when access? So like you have the Superstore, and then access is going on with all the signings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when we went in Orlando, it was like, and then there's like random rings. So was that how, or was it always in like a separate place? I don't remember.
I don't remember for Orlando because I never saw any of the matches from that access, but at least the last two, the one that happened at Rumble this year and this one. I mean, with this, on like one side of the wrestling ring area, you could see some banners and stuff. But the Rumble, I believe it was by and large completely blocked off from the rest of the proceedings.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how they do it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure like the access floor is pretty noisy and stuff. So they want to isolate the wrestling stuff so they can control the volume levels of everything.
You would think. I like the idea that I could just be roaming around looking at artifacts and items from WWE, and then like randomly over there's
a match going on.
Oh, like there's Luke Harper versus Chris Dijak.
Yeah.
Donovan Dijak.
Yeah.
Donovan.
No, Dominic.
Dominic? Used to be Donovan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Used to be Donovan Dijak. Now it's Dominic
Dijakovic.
Yeah, it's still hard to say.
We're going to talk about him a little bit today.
Yeah.
It's always fun when we get to talk about his butt's not hanging out of his shorts anymore.
No, he got new shorts.
He's got apparently he feasted his eyes on some Going In Raw because his shorts are lower now, so his ass cheeks aren't hanging out.
Yes.
Or maybe he just didn't like his ass cheeks.
I understand why they want to do these TV tapings for NXT UK outside of the United Kingdom.
They're cheap.
But the issue is
that's why, but also they look cheap.
Yeah, they do, but also it's like they generally have no bearing on what's actually going on story-wise on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And last night's episode especially was very light.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of matches of consequence.
No.
So I kind of, even the one match of consequence had a really silly ending.
There's nothing vital happening in NXT UK right now.
No.
There's like nothing vital. And I'm really bummed out. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't surprise me if at the next takeover, the next UK takeover, they did Pete Dunne versus Walter. That seems obvious.
Yeah.
I really don't want them to rush into Devlin versus Walter.
No, that was like the best part of the episode last night. Was that little tease.
I know. Devlin like is even better week to week. Like he's just so comfortable and he's so good. Mm-hmm. And I really don't like having witnessed just on that little shaky cell phone cam.
Yeah.
Devlin's win against Walter in OTT. Mm-hmm. I want that. I think they can recreate something that cool.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
If they play
though.
the long game.
Yeah, they have to play the long game.
And eventually
absolutely.
they turn Devlin face because I think he'd be terrific that way. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's a natural successor to Pete Dunne in terms of a guy who, he started out as a heel. He never really changed to face, but he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
He never changed who he is. Just
No.
people thought it was super cool.
Well, they realized that Pete Dunne's incredible.
Yeah. And then they just had him stop beating up faces.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only change.
And that'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not a lot going on of consequence over there. Over in NXT,
Oh, man, that was a hell of an episode.
it was a great episode.
205 Live was great, too.
205 Live was really interesting in that we saw a very obvious transitionary thing happen.
Yes.
And so that was really cool. And that there's a lot of questions about how that's going to go on, although it seems kind of obvious and interesting how they're going to proceed with 205 Live. We talked about this a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be the NXT for cruiserweights, kind of.
Yeah, it definitely feels like
Although
that.
there'll be some cruiserweights in NXT still, as evidenced by the thumbnail. Kushida is going to debut there in a couple weeks.
In NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that you're going to see NXT is going to be the place where the exciting people who have names are going to go regardless of their size. And then 205 is going to be the place where people go if they haven't really established a name.
Yeah.
Or maybe like in the case of Kanellis, although I think he's kind of an outlier. I think if you need to sort of rehab your brand a little bit, and if your size fits,
the approach of 205 Live essentially being NXT for cruiserweights only really seemed to have been implemented, I would say, within the last few months, though, after Kanellis was already brought to the show.
makes you wonder how far back the concept of that goes.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I mean, I wonder if it was the kind of thing where, I mean, I know obviously when it started, like they had cruiserweight stuff going on Raw.
Yeah.
And that's obviously stopped. But yeah, I wonder at what point they sort of decided, okay, this is how we're going to approach 205, because it does seem to be a very distinct, specific thing that they're going to do with it. So that's kind of cool. But all in all, like, I mean, yeah, besides UK, which I mean, still set some things up. We're going to get like a Mastiff versus Wolfgang thing of some sort. But yeah, I know you're always down in UK. I love UK. I don't know why you're down on it.
Well, I mean, there's a few that I just know Dave Mastiff is going to win and it won't really do much.
Yeah. Well, it should be fun in the meantime. I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'm okay enjoying the journey while it's around. You're not Pete Dunne, dude. Stop doing that. You're not him. Anyways, NXT kicked off with Velveteen Dream versus
man,
Buddy
was
Murphy.
great.
This is like a takeover level match.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes long, too.
Yeah.
They gave it a ton of time, and it delivered.
Boy, Buddy Murphy. I love how much Velveteen Dream sort of sold for Buddy Murphy. Like, by the end of that match, Velveteen Dream looked like he'd been hit by a truck.
Yeah, I know.
And that was awesome.
Oh, no, he was selling all over the place, too. There's this great spot early on where Buddy Murphy is running to do his tope con hero. Velveteen Dream gets out of the way, gets in the ring, and he's kind of like sitting on his knees and poses. And then Buddy Murphy grabs his arms and give him the knee right to the face.
That was awesome.
That
Yeah,
was
I
great.
love how Velveteen Dream sold that too, because he just went backwards.
Yeah, with his leg still under him,
knees were
yeah.
still bent.
Yeah,
And Buddy Murphy trying to pin him with his leg.
that was
under.
great.
That was cool.
Like he was just knocked out right then and there. There were a couple moments where Velveteen ate a move and he looked like he was knocked out.
Yeah.
There's this spot where they're both kind of like on the second rope, and they just punch each other back and forth,
Yeah, that was
forth.
neat.
Slugfest up on the second rope.
Yeah, you don't see that a whole lot.
No, then they both fall off.
When both people just like, because I love to see, yeah, like Velveteen Dream. I don't know if this is during the same sequence or not, but Velveteen kept on trying to go up and get a superplex.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Buddy
yeah,
Murphy
yeah.
kept on shoving him off.
Yeah.
And then at one point they were both up there punching each other, and they just both fell.
Yeah, and they both beat the 10 count, get back in the ring. It's a cool spot where Buddy goes for a sunset flip. Dream escapes. He hits the Dream Valley driver. Gets a 2 count. Saw a cheeky Nando's powerbomb combo from Buddy. Buddy Murphy's got a great powerbomb. Dream kicks out. And this was rough. Buddy Murphy hits a V trigger on the apron.
Yeah.
And Dream sold it like he was just basically dead weight.
Yeah.
He was out.
Yeah.
And there was a great moment where they're both out there, and the ref is like at 7, and Buddy's...
Well, Dream is completely dead.
He's out, yeah.
He's dead weight.
So, but Buddy's all, what am I going to do? I can't get Dream back in the ring. Because if he wins by count out, he doesn't win the title. So he goes, rolls in the ring real quick, rolls back out, breaks the 10 count. Right at 9, too. Like the timing on that was tight. Back in the ring, though, Buddy's trying to get in the ring. Dream hits a famouser, the Dream Valley driver, and a Purple Rainmaker to escape with a victory.
Yeah. But like I said, he looked like he'd been hit by a truck afterwards. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
There was a great part where Dream had Murphy in a chokehold, in a headlock. And he said, "Where's your title?" And then Buddy Murphy worked up and grabbed his hair back like this. Ah! I don't know. There was a lot of great interplay like that. I liked it. It was good stuff.
It was good. Really good match. Next, we had a Street Profits video promo. They're talking about what they want to do. They go to Regal's office. Out comes War Raiders, because that's what their shirts say.
Are Street Profits really tall, or are War Raiders just really average size?
I think Street Profits are pretty tall.
Because they came out, and I was like, they are much smaller than I had thought they would be.
Because I think, like, Angelo Dawkins played college basketball.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, Montez looks like he's a tall guy, but you can kind of never
Angelo's
tell.
6'5", according to...
Oh, wow.
I think Montez is probably at least 6'2".
He's got to be at least, I'd say 6'3".
6'1".
Only 6'1"? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
because those are...
Ray Rose,
man,
6'1".
No. He is not the same height as Montez Ford. Maybe I'm amplifying it in my head as well. But, yeah, I don't know. It was just sort of surprising to me. They walk out of the office.
It says Hanson 6'2".
The Berserkers. Would people have crapped on the Berserkers?
Not as much.
Not as much.
But there was a wrestler in the 90s named the Berserker in the early 90s. And so
Randall.
What?
Randall. Here comes Randall. Yeah. He's a berserker.
And that's what it would have been a bunch of Clerks memes.
My love for you is ticking clock.
Yeah. It all been about that.
Sorry. I'll stop now. I'm good. I got it out of my system.
Got it out of your system, yes.
Yeah.
No, when I read that, it was the first thing I thought, too.
Well, when you're like an aspiring filmmaking high schooler
in the mid-90s,
the mid-90s, that's your Bible right there.
It's one of them, yeah. So anyways, War Raiders walk out of Regal's office. They say, "We heard everything you've been saying."
And they both have shirts on that have War Raiders on it.
Yeah. And later on, Nigel, in an obvious voiforce for a thing they cut sent to Raw, says NXT Tag Champs, the Viking Experience.
You want to talk about that really quick? Like, I forget who. Do you remember who had it? About how Viking Experience was a day of decision.
Yeah.
They had planned on going with Berserkers.
Yeah.
But then Vince changed it at the last minute, went with the Viking Experience. So that's just how things run over there, man.
Yep, really is.
That's how they go. What? The Viking Experience? I'm too busy for this. I can't deal.
All right.
Focus elsewhere.
At least I still got Gargano down there in Undisputed Era. War Raiders walk out of Regal's office, say they have a match next week against Street Profits. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this won't be for the titles because I'm sure this match was shot before.
I want a Street Profits. Don't want them to be serious and focused.
Yeah,
not the goofiness.
No goofiness.
They need to find. the aggression.
Yes, agreed.
Anyways, that's happening.
Next week we got a Johnny Gargano promo.
Are they gonna change the lower third now for next week's NXT?
I don't know.
For War Raiders?
They got to change those T-shirts too.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's too late. I mean they're gonna have Viking Experience T-shirts. I'm just saying, like for TV.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to, right?
Yeah, because they already retconned their name on TV this week. They called it Viking Experience.
War Raiders on their Tron.
Yeah,
there's some things you just can't change, I guess.
Well, I mean, they had a Viking Experience Tron on Raw.
No, but it's already filmed.
Oh, yeah.
It's already filmed.
They can just After Effects it out.
They ain't doing that shit.
They'll cut around it best they can, probably.
Probably. You're probably right.
Johnny Gargano's Johnny Champion shirt's terrible.
The yellow one?
Yeah, you know
why
why?
is that?
Because it says Johnny Champion like his other ones, which is fine.
Sure.
But down here it says on the N on Champion has an X and a T underneath of it.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah,
that.
it's not good.
What does the X and the T mean?
NXT.
Oh, yeah. NXT.
It's,
That's bad. Hold on a second.
yeah, pull it up.
I
It does
take a look
not
at
look good.
Because if it's in the same font as all of his other Johnny stuff.
Yeah, the problem is it would be fine if it weren't for the X and the T they slapped on for no reason.
All right, well, let's take a
Watch
look.
it. Or take a look at it. It's
I'm
terrible.
Take a look. I'm gonna
It's
look at
terrible.
Oh, NXT, come back.
Because
There we go.
look at that.
Oh, so it's good except for that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the X and the T, well, they're kind of in that font.
I mean, like the belt was kind of covering it up, so it's hard to see. But
I
think
hate
that's-
that they've got this stuff on the back.
Yeah, I know.
One life, one dream, one destiny.
Yeah, no, the X and the T slapped on there is pointless.
I get the feeling he's going to be in NXT for a long time.
Yeah, he might be the lifer.
Let me ask you this. Given that Aleister Black and Ricochet stayed on Maine, there is still plenty for Ricochet to do. There wasn't really much for Aleister Black to do. Was it a situation where Vince saw all four of these guys, maybe for the first time, and said, man, these two are great. That little guy, he's got 205 written all over him. And then Triple H's like, oh, yeah, no, we'll feel. And then he put him in NXT because Vince wasn't high on him in the just 2 weeks that he saw him.
Oh, Gargano?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Ciampa was out for surgery, but.
Well, I mean, like the idea I got, at least regarding Ciampa, is that they knew he was hurt. They knew he was going to take time off, but they wanted to get him to get that main roster experience nonetheless.
If he wasn't hurt, would they have brought him up and just kept them as DIY as a tag team?
I don't know because I don't know because if he wasn't hurt, then I don't know if he would have dropped the title to Johnny then. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming if he hadn't got hurt, yeah, I don't know. That would have been a conundrum right there. That would have been odd.
Well, I guess what they could have done is it was kind of serendipitous. They were at a point in storylines in NXT where they were kind of got back together for the sake of the Dusty Classic. I guess they could have continued their storyline on Maine.
Would they have thrown? I don't think they. I at this point, I don't think anybody's continuing anything on Maine.
Probably not, but
because Vince is it's a clean slate for him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Who do they? War what? No, Viking experience. Maybe they would have tossed Adam Cole into the match as a three-way to get him the title at the last minute if Vince was like, I want both these guys up as a tag team. But I suspect that if Vince was blown away by Gargano, he probably would have kept him on Maine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Otherwise, he was like, yeah, you can keep him. He can be your NXT champion, whatever. I don't care.
I don't know. I hate to speculate because it's hard to speculate in the whims of a fairly fickle old man.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
What's going on in that guy's head?
So Gargano had a promo. He was interrupted by Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era. Well, 2/3 of the rest of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly, Bob Fish. Adam Cole goes on. He's upset. He says, I actually won that match. He declares himself the uncrowned NXT champion, calls Johnny a punk. And then Johnny says, oh, you worry about that for us. You worried about tension amongst you guys. You having trouble in your boy band? You guys not in sync?
That was pretty funny. His delivery was really good.
Yeah.
Because that's like not a good line, but his delivery was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. How could you sit there? There's like I really wish Karen would have thrown like a tomato at the fella in the crowd saying, "You still suck, Johnny." Like,
I didn't notice that.
Well, there was like the steam started to pick up for there was Johnny champion, you still suck, Johnny champion. Come on, man, he's your champion. That's only like how many people are in Full Sail? Like 500, something like that.
Not probably even that many.
Yeah, come on, man, just flow with it. He's the new champion.
Well, I mean, people that don't like Johnny wrestling.
He's gonna sit there. You still suck. Come on, man. He put on a 5.5-star match for people.
Hey, man, that dude bought a ticket.
No, man.
He's not trying to take over the show. He's expressing his opinion.
Oh, that was a takeover attempt.
No, I don't
yeah,
think it was.
He was trying to do his own NXT takeover. I say, Karen, next time somebody says you still suck like that,
man.
tomato to the face.
I think,
Shut him down. Everybody needs to express solidarity behind Johnny
I
Gargano.
don't think that's the case, man.
No way?
No.
If you thought he sucked, would you yell, you still suck?
It's not the way. That's not really my thing, though.
It's not really your deal, huh?
No.
You seethe inside.
Yeah, totally.
Bottle it up.
I repress everything. Yes, exactly. Until it explodes. Anyways, Johnny says, well, you want to fight? Come on down the ring, Adam Cole. Adam Cole says, all right. He and the Undisputed Era make the way to the ring, and then out of nowhere, Roderick Strong lays out Johnny with a running, jumping knee.
Yeah.
He only took out one competitor this time instead of 2 or 3.
I wanted like 15 frames before they cut because I wanted to see the full effect.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was very, very late when they did that.
And then in the ring, Undisputed Era is holding up Gargano. Cole has the NXT titles, holding it in Johnny's face, screaming at him, saying, I'm the champion. I'm the uncrowned champion. And then he super kicks him.
Do you believe him?
Well, my personal feeling is that they should win the match, but
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, he understood the rules of a best 2 out of 3 falls.
yeah, he did.
So that's not really.
I mean, it wasn't like he willfully gave up.
Yeah.
He tapped out twice. So
Yeah. And like, apparently you need to get a new finish.
yeah,
Like it worked for one fall, but Johnny obviously didn't care about that first fall.
yeah, he was make
like-
sure he had gas in the tank for the rest of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, we had Aaron Fry take on Dominik Dijakovic.
Dude,
Wasn't much of a match. Dijak hits like a spinning boot for the win.
I thought it was actually kind of a cool.
That was the only move in the entire match.
He did some funny stuff with his hands as he was spinning into the motion to go
yeah,
for the boot.
wind up. Yeah,
I was like, oh, ding. That was cool. Then he cut a promo where he talked about his parents immigrating here to America.
Yeah.
And he had opportunity flowing in his veins.
he said he is where he is because of them.
Yeah. I thought it was a very effective promo. And then shortly after that, he deleted his Twitter account because he went a completely different direction with that theme. This is from WrestleZone. He had tweeted this out. This continent has everything backwards. This is a diseased environment that breeds impurity. The streets are almost as filthy as the inhabitants. I would know. I've lived the majority of my life here. I owe it to myself and my family to purify this wasteland. Hey-oh! And then he tagged the 3 current leaders of North America. Of course, our President Donald Trump, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and Andre Manuel Lopez Obrador. I'm assuming from Mexico.
What a terrible idea that was.
Yeah. And then he deleted the tweet and then
And then his
deleted
Twitter.
all of Twitter.
His Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. And then he gave a call to Jack Dorsey and was like, can we delete all of Twitter of all time?
To start Twitter over.
Can we just start over with Twitter? So was he going to go in a white nationalist gimmick? Was he floating that idea? That's not really a trial balloon, is it? That's a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I really dug the promo because I had heard about the promo and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I saw him deliver it. This is after I had heard about this tweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what a great initial direction to go, even though it's kind of a face thing.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
Well, I mean,
that's a face thing.
Triple H was asked at one point, like, why didn't they do Dijak versus Keith Lee at TakeOver before? Because it was announced that rematch was happening. He said, oh, there's a change in creative.
Yeah.
So that's why, because people thought Keith Lee was hurt, and he's like, no, there's a creative change. So
He said something happened. He said something happened, and there was a change in creative. So that's oddball.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
yeah, but his promo last night was it seemed more or less like a face promo.
Yeah, and the crowd's behind him.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody likes the guy who's going to come out and annihilate a guy with one boot.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And he's kind of goofy looking. People like that too.
Mm-hmm. But then
yeah, he did this, and I mean, luckily, it seemed to have sort of been extinguished immediately. And I'm assuming he did this for the sake of being a heel, not because that's his actual. That's a really villainous thing to tweet out. I don't,
yeah.
not very subtle. But yeah, I'm glad that whoever it was shut that down because that probably wasn't like the best way to go.
Absolutely not.
There's enough going on in this country. We don't need that in our fiction. Anyways, moving on.
Next, we had a Undisputed Era interview, and then Regal comes in and says, I just talked to Johnny Gargano. And we'll have a match next week between Johnny and Undisputed Era and Adam Cole's. Yeah. He says, it won't be you, Adam Cole. It'll be against Roderick Strong. Roderick did this.
And then, so here's Adam Cole. The rest of the Undisputed Era are like, oh, yeah, this is great. This is great. Adam Cole's like this.
Scratches his temple. Yeah, he's not happy about it. I mean, it's not a title match, so, I mean.
And meanwhile, Roderick Strong's like, come on, it's good. It's good for me. Good for all of us. Everything's good for us.
Yeah.
Right? It's good for us.
I mean, it's not a title match. I don't know what Adam Cole's upset about. It's an opportunity for Roderick Strong to go in the ring and soften up Johnny Gargano for an eventual match with Adam Cole.
Adam Cole wants that match. He wants to prove that he is the uncrowned NXT champion.
But it's not a title match.
Roderick Strong should be vying for North American Championship.
Listen, if it was a title match, I would understand why Adam Cole would be upset. It's not a title match.
What if Roderick Strong wins that match? Then there's going to be a massive conundrum there. Is Adam Cole supposed to help his friend win a match?
What you do. That's what you do.
And then prove that Roderick Strong should be up for that title?
This is what you do. You have Roderick Strong get in there, lump up Johnny Gargano a little bit, and whether he's on the verge of victory or not, just have Undisputed Era run out and beat up Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, but then you're risking like your friendship.
No, Roderick Strong should be on board with that. It's all about, the collective, the group.
But what if Roderick Strong, who is a decorated champion outside of WWE himself, that same Ring of Honor championship that all those guys shared, that's now in the hands of Matt Taven?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Adam Cole had that 3 times, and Strong had it once. So,
obviously
Adam Cole's is better, I guess.
Roderick Strong has officially said, Redragon's a thing. I'm looking for singles gold.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the NXT Championship is a singles title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Adam Cole's the leader of Undisputed Era. What he says goes.
Look, I'm just saying there's a lot of...
Oh, there's a lot of interpersonal dynamics at play, and that's why I'm...
Yeah.
At least there's a storyline.
Not so easy.
No, it's not. I know it's not. It's a storyline about why they keep losing, at least. So I
like this.
that.
I hope that this leads to Roderick Strong being ousted as a face from the Undisputed Era, and then he goes after the North American title, and Undisputed Era then in a swerve helps him win it on the same takeover that Adam Cole wins the NXT Championship, and Redragon wins the tag championships. They are draped in gold. Everything's okay in my life.
Don't get your hopes up, man. That's all I got to say. Don't get your hopes up. After that, we had a Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah promo. They said Aaliyah's loss in New York was because they were too busy shopping.
Whining and dining, man.
Distracted by, the cultural and shopping joys, I guess, of New York City.
It's not bad. Not
so
a bad reason.
Next week, tag match, 2 of them versus Candice and a partner.
What did Vanessa Bourne call Candice? A lower?
Yeah.
She said, bring another lower partner.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. You ever been called a lower before? No, I mean, I don't know. Not to my face anyways.
Yeah, not to my face.
Maybe in some YouTube comments.
I've been called a lot of terrible things in my life, but never that.
I mean, I've had death threats, but nobody's ever called me a lower.
Yeah.
That's just YouTube comments. So
Yeah, no, pretty much.
After that, we had a really terrific match with a really wonky finish. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. And the stipulation, of course, which was made even more ridiculous by the fact that Kairi was announced as being... They did a whole video package about... you didn't mention the Kushida. Did you mention the Kushida?
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah,
they did earlier in the episode. They did a Kushida video package showing again his signing, and then a bunch of sort of B-roll of him.
And then in 2 weeks, he'll
checking his watch.
He'll make his debut.
And then in 2 weeks, his debut. Happens.
Yep.
And so yeah, there's that. And they did like a video package on all of the NXT call-ups.
Yeah, where they called War Raiders Viking Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there they are, the Viking Experience. So awkward.
It really is. So, the main event was good, and I actually didn't mind the finish, especially since Kairi's on her way out.
Well, the finish seemed like it should lead into an actual story between Kairi and Io, which is probably the original intent before they called up Kairi.
I don't know. I don't know if it was necessarily meant to start a feud between the two of them. In my mind, when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is kind of knowing that Kairi, whether they knew she can be called up or not when they did this taping, which, considering they had that stipulation, they might have had an inclination that was going to happen. There's a bit of a passing of the torch from Kairi to Io.
Okay, I can see it that way too. Yeah.
So now it's Io and Shayna have like beef now.
I would just be bummed
Real
out if
beef.
you ran out. I've got if I lose this and I stay here, I can never get a title.
Yeah, but the thing is, Kyrie's not staying there.
No, I know, but I'm just saying she doesn't know that in the moment.
Oh, I know.
Kayfabe, she doesn't know that.
Eos is looking out for a friend.
Well, if I'm looking out for you, what I'm gonna, at least if you're sitting there like this and somebody's about to stomp on your arm, you can still maybe win this match with one arm. If I come in and interfere.
Did you not see Drake almost call the match before that happened?
If I don't come in, well, Drake needs to ease up a bit. If I don't come in, or if I come in and interfere, you're never winning a title.
Or Shayna could rip your arm off and start beating you with it.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, this isn't like a Grindhouse movie, dude. That'd be cool if that happened. Can they make that as an actual finish in 2K?
It's probably more of an option in Mortal Kombat. No, for storyline purposes, it actually didn't bother me. And I mean, like the imagery was pretty interesting, having EO kind of.
I thought that was very
subdued by Shafir and Duke forced to watch Shayna do it anyways.
I mean, they just sort of tease that stuff in the takeover thing when Kyrie and Neo were like
kind of going out
prevented
back.
each other.
Not to say that they weren't going to head in that direction. I just don't know if it's necessarily a certainty that was going to be in the plans.
Yeah, I don't know what the plans were, man.
I don't know either.
To that stuff.
That'd have been great. Kyrie versus EO having a match between the two of them would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that was the end of NXT.
No, it was good. We didn't really talk about the actual match. The match was actually really good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Kyrie started out super hot, trying to get a quick win, and then Shayna started dropping a bunch of knees on her.
Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm glad that they're not calling up Shayna quite yet. Although the other horsewomen, they're like job shadowers.
Yeah,
I feel like they're just kind of too close. Like back up a little bit.
They still need to figure out what they should be doing while Shayna gets in the ring and doing her posing.
Yeah, I know.
Because because like Undisputed Era, when they all get in there, they have a formation. They all do it in unison.
I know they know exactly what to do.
Whereas Shayna gets in there and does this thing, and Jessamine Duke does her little scream thing early. She
screams,
and then Marina does it after everybody else. Yeah. There's just no coordination between them. Like on the way down the ring, Jessamine Duke's not really doing much, and then Marina Shafir's clapping and stuff. I don't know. They need to coordinate a little bit more.
Here's the thing.
They need to be a more unified group.
They have, like at the Performance Center, I've been there. They have an entrance stage and a ramp that leads to a ring.
I've never been there, and even I know that.
And so you watched my travel vlog?
No, I've seen it there before.
I'm glad you watched.
You watch the commercials for the All Access. You can see people that paid money to go there do that.
I didn't have to pay any money.
Good for you.
Anyways,
you also didn't get.
Don't worry, man. Next time we're both gonna go. Yeah. That was a fallacy on our part. We should have both gone.
No, I mean, it was right for us to stay. Otherwise, it was like money we were making.
Okay. So they can practice that stuff.
I understand that. Yeah, I know.
There's like a ton of rings. Like they can practice. Here's whenever
the thing. They want. I wonder if they do when they say, "All right, let's do this," and they do it. They practice it. And it's like, yeah, that's all right, and they go and do it. The taping, and they watch it back and like, no, that's no good.
All right.
I think they're just
you
trying
do yours
things
first while I do mine, and then you come up last. Oh yeah, that works. And then they do it, and like, boy, that was awkward.
That doesn't work at all.
That was totally awkward.
Or Matt Bloom or someone pulls them aside and says, "Hey, that's not cutting it."
Yeah, it's not gonna work, guys. Sorry. Okay, Albert. Anyways, that was the thing. Io Shirai came out. She prevented Shayna from destroying Kyrie's arm, and then the other two came in and like grabbed Io and made her watch.
Yeah.
As Shayna did it anyways. I love when they rang the bell. Shayna started laughing. She was like, "Well, now she's never gonna get the title."
Yeah.
She said that to Io.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was good.
It was good. Anyway. Next, NXT UK. We'll get through this pretty quickly. Because there really wasn't a whole lot of consequence happening. The show kicked off with a decent enough match between the Coffee Brothers, Joe and Mark.
Correct, Mark.
Versus Raul Mendoza and Humberto Carrillo. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty decent showing.
Yeah, they're taping this at an Access because
half people on the show aren't even NXT UK.
Right, exactly. Yeah, although, dude, any opportunity I have for a Casey Catanzaro match, I'll check it out. Although she didn't seem to do nearly as much of the cool flippy.
Well, that wasn't the story in that match. Decent showing for Raul and Humberto. However, Joe Coffey pins Mendoza after a discus lariat. It was a decent enough match.
Yeah, man.
Just doesn't have any consequences story-wise, so it's hard to really get too invested in it.
I liked Nigel fawning over Humberto Carrillo. He says, Raul's a good-looking guy, but you're standing there next to Humberto.
I know.
And then Vic Joseph said, I know, I feel bad for you sitting next to me, Nigel.
And he starts laughing.
Oh, you crazy.
Yeah, that's great. I like they were carrying over commentary storylines from 205 Live. That was pretty good.
Right, yeah.
After that, we had a Cassius, not Cassius, Cassius Ono interview.
Yeah.
Where now he's got his sights set on Ligero.
Cassius has to win that one, right?
I would hope so.
Right. He can't just go in there and have an offer. Just offer.
Well, he beat Ashton Smith.
That's an offer still. That's still
I don't
like
know.
Ligero's he's like not Travis Banks tier.
No.
But he's also above Ashton Smith.
Oh, absolutely,
tier.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what kind of outfit Ligero's wearing. If he's got something shiny,
He's got
and
a
cool
shiny
on,
metallic, then he probably will get the win. If
If
not,
he's just wearing highlighter orange, it's not going to pull. It's not going to do it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So that match is going to happen at some point. This is probably the highlight of the whole show. Was they were going around talking to people about Walter and Pete Dunne, their match at Takeover, and how excited they are for the rematch.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah, that was
especially when Jordan Dunn was like, "I don't care who wins," and then Walter just rolls up to him,
Yeah.
and they have a stare down. That was great.
Well, the thing that I like is that Walter rolls up to him and Devlin doesn't shy away. He goes like this. He gets all in his face. Oh man, the Irish Ace. That's where it's at.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
That's where it's at.
After that, we had
Oh,
Kona
God.
Reeves versus Dave Mastiff. This
Oh, my
was a
God.
far more competitive match than it needed to be.
I agree. If they want to book Dave Mastiff as a monster, he really should be.
Wiping the floor with Kona Reeves.
Basically,
Yes,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, he won with the cannonball, but still, this match is probably about 5 minutes too long.
Probably, yeah.
I don't even know if it was a 5-minute long match.
It was like a 6-minute long match. It was 5 minutes too long.
Next, we had Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster promo. They want Mustache Mountain.
Boy, I read that one wrong. Last week, they were saying we're going to sell. Mustache Mountain was saying we're going to celebrate with our good friends.
You can almost kind of assume. Oh, yeah. You can almost kind
Flash
of.
Morgan Webster and
This is
and
what they're
the
gonna
other
have. They're
guy.
gonna have, they're gonna mix it up with the boys. Remember?
We're gonna mix. I thought we were gonna get a party montage.
No, man, this is a fight.
I want to see how those Brits party
No, they're mixing it up. That means fighting.
at the pub.
Maybe that's where it started. That was off camera. Someone spilled the pint. Now someone's got beef.
It just sounds like they really want to fight for fun. No, man, I want to see you guys like party.
That's why I feel like these next few episodes of NXT UK, the one they did in New York, are kind of non-canon.
like they're in New York. Go out and film some stuff with these 4 guys, Times Square, party boys.
Times Square.
I don't know where you party. Where do you party?
Not in Times Square.
Well, where do you then?
There's bars everywhere in New York.
Okay, well,
You're on the lower. When we
you
were
do
there,
not know what you're talking about.
well, I mean, if you got like a family of 4 and looking for a themed restaurant,
See,
go to
that
Times
would
Square.
Be even funnier because
Go to
they don't
Times
know.
Square.
They don't know. Like, where are they going?
Yeah, go to Buca de Beppo down there or something.
Go to Buffalo Wild Wings
Yeah,
Times Square.
So I'm sure that's there.
See, they don't know. That's the joke.
Remember, we were staying in the Lower East Side. There was bars everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Everywhere.
Where did we go? I don't know. Times Square, Yankee Stadium.
See, Yankee Stadium is a better answer than Times Square.
You're gonna party at Yankee Stadium?
Hell yeah, man.
Is there like
Go watch a baseball game, get some beers. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
It's most-
You're not a party boy like they're party boys.
No, but also I would know it better not to go to Times Square to go party.
Okay, well maybe let them know that. They're just gonna fight in a barn.
That's
at
fine.
Access.
So that's better than going to Times Square probably. Next, Casey Catanzaro versus Rhea Ripley.
Like
I just kind of pictured Times Square as like a Universal City Walk on steroids.
Yeah, it could be.
And I've been to Universal City Walk plenty of times in LA.
What if they go
and
party in Times Square pre-Giuliani?
That's a different story entirely.
Yeah, that's where they gotta go.
That would actually be probably a real party.
Yeah, that's like a dangerous party.
Yeah, it really
because
is.
you might get shot.
Yeah.
Or you might end up loaded on cocaine and having the time of your life.
Yeah, it could, or both.
And pre-Giuliani, cocaine was totally safe.
Well, no. Casey Catanzaro versus Rhea Ripley. It's a good match. Short. Casey Catanzaro, she's already pretty good. Like, she's super athletic. That's been well established.
She seems like she's having a lot of fun in the ring, and that matters.
And the storytelling aspects, I think
Yeah.
she's picking up pretty quickly because a couple of, like when she does that crossbody type deal and Rhea catches her, I mean, she reacts to it. And her face says, "Oh hell, this is not going to be good."
Yeah.
Rhea wins with a riptide and then just goes back in the ring after the bell and puts Casey in like a reverse cloverleaf.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. And then,
And then go to the trainer's room. There's Casey.
Backstage.
Yeah.
Rhea comes up, and Casey's like in the medical area, the triage center, and says, "Oh, look at you. You're a medical."
Yeah, I know.
And then she's like, next time, fight somebody your own size or something like that. And then Piper Niven comes up.
Yeah.
And says, hello, Ripley. Hello, Rhea.
And then Rhea leaves.
And she's like, ooh.
Next, we had a Ginny interview where she didn't say anything. They just asked her about losing to Tony Storm, and she stormed off.
Yep.
And then the main event, grizzled young veterans taking on Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams. Zach Gibson had a promo before the match, and he said, it's not going to be a title match after all.
Yeah.
Which, given that's the case, I feel it makes the finish even less sensical.
Well, they don't want to be embarrassed also.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's nothing really to lose.
Their pride and them looking like assholes. They look like an asshole. They lose to these two guys.
Yeah.
And they start jumping around and dancing. That's
As
the
I
worst.
sort of said this, it made far more sense if it was still a title match for them to have the finish they did.
Yeah, it works regardless. And either way, it works. But still, no sweat off them.
Anyways, Zach Gibson apparently gets kicked in the head, starts selling because he's just recovering from a
That's what they said. It was an eardrum injury. Yeah.
busted eardrum, busted eardrum. That happened to me once. That hurt.
Were you dizzy?
No, it just hurt
Yeah.
because I had an ear infection, and I guess so much fluid built up in there that my eardrum burst.
Oh, God. How old were you when that happened?
I don't know. It was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was a recent thing or a long time ago thing.
I had ear infections a lot
I'm
as
like
a kid.
40 years old. Who gets ear infections when you're 40 years old?
It's just a random thing, man.
It just happens? I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh, I used to have them a lot.
Oh.
I had to have tubes put in my ears.
Oh. Poor baby boy.
Well, I'm not a baby boy
I'm
anymore.
going to hug you now.
So Zach Gibson's ringside, like holding his ear, putting his finger in there, trying to see if he can hear still. And then James Drake's in there. It's more or less.
That's the most Zach Gibson injury he can get.
Oh, I know. It's more or less a handicap match at that point. Gibson manages to break up a couple pins, including one after Amir Jordan hits a swan tom on James Drake. Gibson pulls Drake out of the ring, and then they just walk out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Drake wants to go back and fight. To his credit, he kept on trying to go. He's like, no. Why are we going to do that? And that was a great thing. Gibson, whenever he'd have the upper hand, which is often, he'd just yell out, exhibition!
Yeah.
Exhibition!
That's pretty funny.
That was good stuff. And of course, prior to that, it was just a killer promo. His promos are so good. And God bless that American audience. I mean, there were some people in the crowd that obviously were savvy.
Yeah.
And they were doing the shoes off chant.
Yeah.
But it's nothing. I mean, that's honestly... UK, I can say this more than any other. I mean, Full Sail is great. The crowd there is great. But except for the one guy saying, you suck, Johnny.
I don't know why you're suddenly going to bat for Gargano, man.
Because it just seems awkward. I don't like when people randomly scream during a promo. That bugs the crap out of me. Like, he's like, unless you're in a big audience. If you're a big audience, that's one
What if
thing.
instead of him yelling, you still suck, Johnny, he's like, you're the best, Johnny. Would you be cool with that? Because he's still yelling, interrupting his promo.
I'm not even cool with that. I want complete silence. Not just a rando just say, hey! I've never, that's actually been kind of a pet peeve of mine.
All right.
Some random guy, hey! You're great. You suck. We love you. Okay, I'm trying to talk here. Your part is done. Shut up and sit there and be quiet.
It's an interactive experience the whole time, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. It's like that time I went to the house show ages ago. And Emma was still there, and it was right after she got that shoplifting thing, and this guy.
Well, that's just being rude.
Yeah, it's terrible. Well, I think it's
That's just being. That's
same
just,
thing.
No, I mean somebody within the context of storyline saying you still suck, Johnny. I mean, it's obviously he's an Undisputed Era fan. He's trying to put over Undisputed
I'm
Era.
an Undisputed Era fan. I'll hear the guy out. Maybe just shut up, and he'll tell you something that you want to hear. Maybe he was going to give that title back to Adam Cole.
It's an odd quibble, man. Anyways, the show ended with a Peter Dune interview. Man, he's intent on getting that rematch. He wants that title back.
Yeah.
Greener pastures for you, Peter Dune, in NXT or maybe Raw. Probably NXT.
Probably, yeah. Probably, but God, why didn't he get called up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is Triple H hoarding the guys that he really, really wants? He's like, Aleister Black and Ricochet, they're going to be fine regardless. But, he's going to talk crap to Vince about Gargano in the Undisputed Era. And
these guys are way too small. They can never make on the main roster.
Look at these guys, Dad. They're so small.
They can't. They're even too small for 205 Live.
I'm just saying this. I'm protecting you. Look at them. They're so stupid.
Look at Adam Cole. He's got no charisma.
No charisma whatsoever. Look, he's got little grapefruits, Dad. You hate that, huh? Guy with small testicles. You hate that, right? These are the smallest.
Oh, my God.
Not like you, Dad.
Let's talk about 205 Live. Show kicked off with a four-way match: Grand Metalik, Arya Daivari, Mike Kanellis, and Akira Tozawa. I kind of like this. You can count on every episode of 205 Live pretty much these days, kicking off with Lucha House Party.
Yeah, they're great.
Their excitement and energy.
It's
great.
They're terrific. I like them a lot.
I like them a lot too. This match was pretty good because, yet again, it furthers
the greatest.
It furthers.
Just give me Mike Kanellis. I wish every episode would kick off with Mike Kanellis.
I know. Furthers the story of Mike Kanellis, always pretty much being on the verge of victory, only for something to happen.
Yeah, man. This time he has
his finisher on Akira Tozawa. Goes for the pin.
Yeah.
He sees Grand Metalik go on the top, gets off Tozawa, so Metalik drops an elbow on Tozawa instead of Kanellis. Kanellis then tosses Metalik from the ring, and before you even really turn around to go back to try to pin Tozawa, Daivari tosses him from the ring. So Daivari covers Tozawa, and he gets the win.
Yep.
Really good.
Did I forget? Did Drake say this was the number one contender thing?
No, he did the thing where whoever wins this match would really strengthen their case to be Tony Nese's next opponent.
And then he was also playing up the idea that Drake Maverick himself might get taken out of 205 Live because of the Superstar shakeup, which really bums me out because I wanted to see him go with EC3.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll happen now. Maybe after getting destroyed by Braun,
maybe
that'll be an EC3
motivation for him to have some backup.
Man. Something for EC3.
This is a fun match, though. A lot of good spots outside the ring. Kanellis ate a power bomb from Daivari out there. It was a good match.
Maria looked like $1 million. Everybody looked like $1 million.
Next, we had 2 promos from the 2 competitors in the main event. First, Oney Lorcan talking about how he respects everything Cedric has done on 205 Live. It was actually more of a face promo than we've seen from Oney of late. Yeah. He shaved all his hair off his head.
Yeah.
I guess he's turned a new leaf.
Yeah. Respectful Oney Lorcan.
Yeah. To a degree.
He's been kind of all over the map during his time in NXT and 205 Live. But I like it because he's always just been Oney Lorcan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes he plays it up heel. Sometimes, like especially when he was with Danny Burch, he'll play it up face.
I mean, Burch has been pretty much exclusively as a face. His most recent run in NXT has been pretty much just as a face. But in 205 Live, he got upset when Cedric touched his jacket.
Yeah, he was doing like a weird crazy angle.
Yeah,
and then I guess with the call up for Cedric to Raw, I guess maybe they said, hey, you're gonna be like one of the lead faces here. Maybe he is terrific.
He's great. This main event was fantastic.
It was really good. It was like 25 minutes, 20 minutes,
it was
something
long.
like that. And Oney Lorcan, he has mastered the art of frenetic. Everything he does doesn't seem planned, and there's something really, really beautiful about that. You know what I mean? Even when he walks to the ring and he puts up the finger, he puts up one. I think Burch puts up 2.
Yes,
but he puts up one, and even that looks like he's trying to figure out how to get from the stage to the ring. And he doesn't. He's not exactly clear on it.
Yeah.
Like everything he does just seems so in the moment, and it makes for just the most exciting matches. And then, of course, he does those slaps and the chops.
Oh, I know.
And they're just beautiful.
They're great. And I love in this match where Cedric did that to Oney. Grabbed him by the face and started slapping the hell out of him. That was great.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Cedric had a promo, talking about how this could be very well his last match on 205 Live. But if it is, he's going to go out swinging against Oney Lorcan.
Yeah.
And, man, what a doozy of a match this was.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It was great. A lot of stiff European uppercut action from Oney Lorcan. Cedric does that handspring kick. Oney countered European uppercut to the back. Later on, there's another instance. Oh, yeah, when Cedric's trying to do a springboard lariat. European uppercut. And, I mentioned that spot where Cedric grabs Oney by the face. I think they were on the apron.
Yeah.
Starts slapping the hell out of him. Yeah. And then Oney responds with a half and half suplex on the apron. He tosses Cedric back in. Hits another half and half in the middle of the ring for the win. Yeah. Great match. Fantastic.
And there was a nice little moment between the two of them. Oney was probably just saying, hey, good luck. And then there was a great moment backstage.
On the WWE's Twitter.
Yeah.
Where Oney's hanging out in the background, and Cedric's and Mustafa Ali talk for a bit. They hug. Roman Reigns shakes his hand, says, "Good match."
Yeah, beautiful little moment.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. Like, we now have confirmation between Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander.
There's upward mobility for
There is a
cruiserweights.
path
Yep.
forward. So that's awesome.
That
That's
is
really
good.
cool.
That's very good.
Let's do this. I got this.
I will get open.
Well, I was gonna take. It was, I think, December 31st. I
yeah.
think we got that a long time ago at our PO
Yeah.
box. Somehow it ended up lost in my house somewhere, which was weird.
Some sort of garment inside. No note.
No note. Oh wow,
Oh wow, look at that.
that is awesome.
Pancrase Tour 1995, Eyes
at
of the
this.
Beast, Minoru Suzuki. Oh, there's back to it too.
Look,
Oh man, that's
isn't
awesome.
that cool?
That's so great. Eyes of the Beast Tour. That's awesome. Man,
That
that's
is so
amazing.
cool. That is rad. Well, what did it? Where's the thing? I don't think it said the name on it.
I think it's just the store.
Well, whoever sent this to us, can you please stand up? Can you please?
Yes, please. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
This is going on the set, man.
Hell yeah,
That's
man.
great. We'll put it over on your side.
Thank
'cause
you,
I
thank
know
you,
you're
thank you
big-
so much. Minoru Suzuki's the best, greatest wrestler of all time, greatest combat athlete of all time, hands down.
All right, let's answer some questions.
Yes.
Alex Foster, this is a great question. Are there any people on the NXT house show circuit you would like to see more of? Anybody you can think of?
Named Brennan Williams.
Yeah, I've heard
He's
good
been
things.
on Up, Down, Down quite a bit.
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things about him. Yeah.
Gee whiz, I'm trying to think. Who else is out there? NXT roster. Hold on. It's the greatest
Greatest
roster. Here we go.
I've ever known.
Okay.
Be interested to see what they do with Punishment Martinez, Damian Priest. now.
Damian Priest, that's right.
Oh, Bugenhagen.
Yeah, Bugenhagen. He made the intro.
He did.
He's in the intro.
He did.
Of
Of course, they just announced Trevor Lee. Get Trevor Lee on TV.
Yeah, I would think that he's only on the house show circuit just to. Oh, obviously, Stokely Hathaway. I think ACH is doing the house show circuit right now.
Yeah.
But are there? And I'm trying to think. And then of course there was that picture of Kushida, Shane Strickland, and Garza Jr.
Yeah. The newest signees.
Yeah. Of course, Rachel Ellering. I think she's doing the house show circuit right now.
Yeah, she is.
Want to see a lot more of her. And then I was really bummed out. I think she was going to make her TV debut.
Chelsea.
Green.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think she wrestled wasn't a dark match in the last tapings, or maybe her debut where she broke her wrist.
I don't know which one it was. I don't know what it was supposed to be. Who is she fighting? She was fighting. Was it Dakota Kai?
No, Dakota Kai's still hurt.
Who was it then?
I don't remember.
I forget.
Maybe if I look at the names,
It's the
It'll ring a bell.
greatest.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. In any event, yeah.
Question time.
Yeah, that was the first question.
Sorry. You mentioned other guy, new member. You did. Jay Sean Lawrence, Killian Dane to NXT UK, yay or nay?
Nay. You say yay. I say nay, man.
Well, I mean, if it's a matter of him being on NXT UK a lot and being in a prominent role, or barely being on SmackDown, put him on NXT UK.
Yeah, I mean, a rebrand and an actual debut. Like, dude, give me him instead of Lars.
Yeah.
You know, like he could be I don't know, just a much more charismatic and interesting Lars Sullivan.
He's a better wrestler, too.
And yeah, a better wrestler. And you got your big monster guy. If you want a big monster, that was your guy.
Yeah, I know. TJ Fuse, if SmackDown's writing stays as good as it has been, could we see the best Roman we've seen in his career? I hope so. Just let Joe be Joe.
Yeah.
Just let him be himself, and I think he'll get over if people just give him an opportunity. The Terror. Hey, friendos, can you wish my nephew Sean a happy birthday in Aleister Black Ice Cream Man voice?
Sean, another year gone by, and now you're 3 many years older. Doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't matter. Here's some ice cream. Enjoy.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Luis Meza. They can call Ember Moon the War Empress, but not call War Raiders War Raiders. Vince booking getting more and more irritating. Ugh.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've heard that endlessly, and there is look. I hate to defend it, but obviously they can drop the nickname War Goddess, much easier than her actual name.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not a problem with them saying war on TV necessarily. It's future proofing in case that does become an issue.
Yeah. Well, it's more of like a nickname's a nickname, but if your actual team name has got war in it and that's an issue, then
you don't want that on action figures. I guess. I mean, look, I don't care, and I think it's silly.
Yeah.
But I understand where they're coming from. There is some logic there. It's just they didn't have to run towards the stupidest name ever.
Yeah, no. Austin Luff, hey guys, thanks to you and all the friendos that sent me kind words yesterday. Best community out there.
I hope he's doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Scurvy, does SmackDown's call-up of Kyrie spell singles title run for Io Shirai and NXT?
Yeah.
That seems to be where it's going, yeah.
Yeah. BreakingControllers.com, going in raw math for the Brood. You got a pen over there?
For the Brood?
Yeah, man. No pen. I have paper. I need pen.
No. I have a silver Sharpie.
That's fine. So being good in ring.
So like while they were the Brood, they were good, but Edge and Christian didn't have their breakthrough until they were after the Brood.
I'll say 6.
Yeah, 6 is fine.
Promo. I'd say 6.
Well, their look would be extremely high.
Yeah,
because that's when we dive into the entrance. 9. Yeah, 9 is look.
The theme was great.
Wasn't part of their gimmick that they didn't talk?
Yeah, I don't remember them really talking much.
What would that necessitate? I mean, what would that mean for a promo? They didn't say anything. I mean, you can't give them a 0 because a 0 is it would be a 5.
It'd be a 5.
It'd be a 5. Because 0 through 4 is bad promo.
Yeah, average promo is 5, yeah. Legacy. I mean, it helped spawn the careers of two of the most decorated WWE wrestlers ever in Edge and Christian.
But the Legacy as the Brood, while people liked them, I think they're one of the more underrated.
Factions,
like everybody always says good things about them. I'd give them a 6 because it's better than average.
All right, kayfabe. I remember them really winning anything.
Gangrel in theory should have been like the singles guy, and he didn't win anything.
No.
I mean, kayfabe, I'd probably give him a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what their record was. They probably beat a lot of jobbers, and that was the extent of it.
It's 5+.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I mean, their strength was in their packaging. Packaging was fantastic.
That was everything. The thing is, you're not going to get more than. Look at that. Ooh, hot.
Jeffrey Nguyen says Matt Taven equals Roderick Strong confirmed. Huh?
Matt Taven equals Roderick Strong confirmed.
Oh, that's the case, Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey. Talking crazy again.
Jay Sean Lawrence, the transition from the Dream Valley driver, the Purple Rainmaker, is a thing of beauty. It really is, man. He's so smooth.
He's so smooth. Max 0. Since I came up with this too late for the SmackDown recap, you brought up Rude being better off as a heel tag team guy. What do you think the chances are he reunites with his early 2000s TNA tag team with Eric Young?
Oh. I don't necessarily think he as a talent is better in a heel tag team. I think having that role on Raw probably benefit him so he doesn't get lost in the shuffle as a singles competitor.
I think they're probably going to be done with him as a tag team. Like, were they going to get rid of Gable just to put him in another tag team?
Yeah, no.
Do you think they have got a plan for Gable? Well, okay,
let me ask you this. They have a plan for either of them.
Let me ask you this. Come on. There was a reason they split them up. What was the reason?
Probably because they thought the Raw tag division had reloaded sufficiently. They didn't need another tag team. Probably nothing to do with other plans they may have had or probably don't have for Rude or Gable. They're like, well, we just added Alistair and Ricochet full time. We got War Raiders and we got the Usos over here. Rude and Gable are going to be pushed out of the tag division now because we already have the Revival. We have Hawkins and Ryder. They're the champions. That's 5 teams that we're going to focus on. We don't need them anymore and just break them up.
Yeah, you're probably right. That sounds right. Max 0 also, I just like this question. Who has the higher ceiling? Who would you rather be, Larson? The finest, Kona Reeves or Aaliyah? The answer is Kona Reeves. Because Aaliyah's been there for, since NXT opened their doors.
Yeah, she's been there a long time.
And That's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, you literally have seen everybody pass you by. At least Kona Reeves has only had his gimmick for a short spell, and he probably has a weird cultish following of some sort.
I don't know, man.
You know who he is. Everybody knows who he
Yeah.
is.
Kyle Hershey says, "Love your show, guys." Thank you.
Thank you. PJ Segundo, what are your guys' thoughts on Shane Strickland's ceiling in either main roster, NXT, or 205? I don't know nearly enough about him. I have not seen...
He's good.
I've seen like maybe highlights, and he seems good.
Yeah, he is good.
I've never heard him on the microphone,
I don't remember if I have.
or if I have, I don't remember it.
I mean, he's a pretty prominent. He had a pretty prominent role in MLW. He was their champ for a while.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of that beyond Conan getting stabbed.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with his work in Lucha Underground, where he was Killshot.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't watch any of that.
And that one tag match he was in at the Progress show he went to.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. He's really good.
So I don't know. I don't know enough about him.
Dragon Reborn, will Garza Jr. Keep the tearaway pants gimmick? I hope so. I think there should be a tearaway pant gimmick guy in every promotion. We got Taichi in New Japan. WWE needs their own tearaway pants guy. I think it's great.
I don't know, man.
Yes, I'm all about it.
No.
Keep it, 100%.
Dude, that's going to give you a ceiling. Tearaway pants is not Universal Champion material. And really, your goal should be to be Universal Champion. If you're not future-proofing yourself for a Universal Championship run, why are you even bothering?
You know who
Just to have
a
good career?
You know what former WWE legend once employed tearaway pants?
Hold on, don't tell him. Well, The Rock.
Yeah. The Rock can do it. Why can't Garza Jr.? Why can't Taichi?
Because The Rock did it well after he had achieved legendary status.
Well, I'm saying he was setting the precedent right there. You too can be a wrestling legend and employ tearaway pants.
Let's see here. The Cult of False Realities of NXT was supposed to be a part of the shakeup. Who should Raw and SmackDown have sent to NXT?
Well, Alexander Wolf might be end up going somewhere in NXT. So that's my answer, I guess. He should just go all in on the moshing stuff.
Be like a mosher or a straight edge guy.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Straight edge dancing is kind of like, it's just very aggressive acting. It's like shadow punching, baby.
Yeah, pretty
shadow
much.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Blake Whitehouse is a good point. With the 205 roster now down to like 9 people, what 2 or 3 people do you add to replace Cedric and Buddy? Well, I think they're gonna. I wouldn't surprise me if ACH went to 205. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he had kind of a name out on the Indies.
Yeah.
But not like a super duper name.
No, but he's wrestled everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was in New Japan.
And it's not. I mean, they already changed his name. He's not ACH
for now.
Yeah.
I wonder how long that's gonna.
Oh,
although he did a thing in the tapings, didn't he? In the latest tapings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't going by ACH. It was
that his shoot name? Albert Hardy Jr.?
Yeah, that's his real name.
Yeah, they're gonna change that.
Oh, for sure.
You can't be rolling up Albert Hardy Jr.
But I'm guessing it probably won't be.
Heard about the Universal Champion, Albert Hardy Jr.
I'm guessing it won't be ACH though.
Anyways, I think that's it for the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was checking. You're looking at the roster. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see if anybody else I can go to. Well, like Trevor Lee will probably go to 205 Live.
Stacey Irvin Jr.
Didn't he ask for his release?
Yes, he did.
We haven't really heard whether it was granted or not.
He wanted out.
Yeah, but concussion scares.
And they said, "Bad news, Stacey. You're ours.
You can't force someone to wrestle.
You belong to me now. Get out there and wrestle now."
Well, he can quit. He just won't be able to sign anywhere else.
Hustle, loyalty, and Stacey Irvin Jr. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Patrons, $5 and up, and YouTube channel members, stay tuned. We've got a bonus episode coming up.
Yeah.
So pay attention to that community page if you're a channel member.
Tab.
Yeah. Tab here. And
like the soda from the 80s.
And patrons, hopefully you have your notifications turned on, or just pay attention to the Patreon wall. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.